He's Michael.
He's Reuben.
And this show is... Are we saying simply the best?
Are we going to say it?
I think we're going to say it.
Simply the best.
And I'm going to play the sting. And which sting is it again?
It's the 10-second one.
Okay. We'll iron out these kinks next time.
So many kinks.
And I've played that. And I've not turned the volume up on it.
Wow.
Okay. This is...
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Wow.
Given that this is our first show,
Our premiere show.
is it worth doing a little bit of chat, a little bit of an explainer about who we are, what this is, what this whole ordeal is about?
I think so. I think we should give the listeners something to attach themselves to. You know, something to sink their teeth into, you could say.
So, there are many things in this world. I think you think you'd agree with that? There are many things in this world.
I think we found common ground there. There are, in fact, many things in this world.
Arguably, too many things.
Okay, that's a take and a half.
Too many things. Sitting around, waiting for some kind of ranking, waiting for some kind of order to be imposed upon them.
Waiting for a dastardly duo
Yeah.
to come in and really take them, rank them, and find out which things are simply the best.
And I'm not going to play the sting again. Okay, my mic's a little bit quiet.
Turn yourself up.
I am literally at the limit of how loud I can be. So I'm just going to get really, really close to the mic.
Get close in there.
So on this show, you kind of figure out the format as we go along, but we will take an eclectic sort of mix of things and figure out which of those is simply the best.
I think eclectic is the right word for it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a wild and wonderful and even wacky journey. And we're going to take a theme each week, and we're going to take 8 or so, go through a little knockout style bracket tournament, and we're going to see which one is simply the best. I'm not going to say it every time I speak.
How many times do you think we're going to have said that by the end of the episode?
I think it's got to be like 60 plus, one a minute, surely.
Surely.
I'm just going to simply the best. I'm just going to throw another one out there just to get the counter started.
You need a little ding.
Ding, ding. Yeah, well, look, we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working.
Next episode, we're there.
So the theme of this week's episode is kings.
Oh.
What could that mean? What could that mean? You may be thinking royalty. You may be thinking...
Regal. Yeah. Regality.
There might be a twist in the tale. So as we said, this is a knockout style tournament. There's going to be 8 kings being ranked by 2 kings sitting in the studio.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to cede that title. Supersede. So what does supersede mean? Like give it to someone else?
Supersede is like to surpass someone else.
So is just seeding, is seeding something? Is that just taking it and just being average? Anyway, should we get started with the matchup?
Let's get cracking. So who do we have first?
First up, in a matchup of heavy hitters here, we have Michael Jackson, aka the king of popular music, the king of pop.
Yeah.
Some have dubbed him. Well, I mean, they can't dub him that anymore.
Sadly.
He's no longer here, unfortunately.
Well, they can still dub him.
That's true. They can dub him if they want to. I'm not going to...
Non-stop dubs
for
Michael Jackson.
And Michael Jackson will be up against the big, the wonderful, the Lion King.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is heavy hitters. So should we let's go through each competitor first. We can kind of have a little chat about maybe their pros, their cons, some stats.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson. You're a Michael Jackson fan.
I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I mean, I think the thing is, you know, if we're just taking music face value, right? It's his banger ratio is you know, off the charts. I mean, you've got legendary songs in and out. Every album has at least a few.
What's your favorite?
Well, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. I think just can't get enough is a solid one.
Yeah.
Just can't get enough. What a banger. I mean, the groove in that is exceptional.
Yeah.
But I think you've got to respect some of the greats like Thriller, you know, just for what it did for the music industry.
Do you know how many copies Thriller sold?
Do I know how many copies Thriller sold?
I've got a stat
I'm going to pretend like you haven't told me this already. So, Reuben, please do indulge the audience. How many copies did Thriller sell?
70. Well, it's not a lot, is it? 70 million.
70 million?
I had you there for a minute.
Was it actually
70 million?
Okay,
yeah.
Right, okay.
You thought it was 70.
I thought it was 70,000. I thought you were going to say 1,000.
No. Milli. 70 milli.
And at that time, if we adjust for inflation,
Yeah.
You know, that's probably 110 million nowadays.
Yeah, or more.
Or even more.
Cosy Livy, you know, it's going right up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's more than there is people in the UK who not only listen to it.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's a little bit fraudulent.
Yeah.
We're talking people who went out, they said, I want to buy the Michael Jackson CD or tape. I don't know what it was back in those days.
Yeah.
Probably the vinyl. And they went out, they bought it. More people than in the UK right now. Isn't that unreal?
Stop the count, as far as I'm concerned.
Stop the count. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
My favorite Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one's my go-to.
That's my goat.
That is my goat.
So that's Michael Jackson, the Lion King,
Revolutionary.
in many ways.
In many ways. I mean, the first time Lions really had their play on the big screen.
First time they had a voice, quite frankly.
I mean, and some great voices too.
Yeah,
You know.
this is what I was thinking about, right? Because in my head, I was like picturing Michael Jackson and lions stacked up in, like, competing in various ways.
Kind of like the Pokemon versus Lions question.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like one Michael Jackson versus like 3 lions
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And I was thinking, okay, Michael Jackson versus lions, in like a physical fight, I think the lions are probably emerging victorious
Yeah.
there. Just, he's nimble, Michael Jackson.
He is.
But I don't think
He's
that
nimble.
the raw strength of a lion
Yeah.
is going to be overwhelmed. Then I thought singing, and I was like, okay, well, Michael Jackson singing. But in The Lion King,
True.
there are rather dutty little tunes.
Dirty. Wow. You pulled that out of some kind of dictionary deep in your mind there. I agree with you. And you think about the songs in The Lion King, I just can't wait to be king. I mean, we were thinking about that when we were watching it as, a threat to Mufasa.
Yeah.
Don't know about a threat, but
Yeah.
it was kind of a gunning for the throne. What if it was really about Michael Jackson? Simba never quite got to those heights, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows? Singing, I don't know. Michael Jackson's winning that one.
I do
Singing.
think yes.
He's winning
We
singing.
do have to give him that. That is really all he has.
Dancing,
Oh wait, no, he has that.
I think Simba, little Simba, had his crack at the at
Yeah.
the singing, but I think he's going to find in a dance-off he is very much out of his element.
Outclassed, I would
Yeah.
say. I mean, Timon and Pumbaa. We are thinking about the film as a whole,
the whole Lion King.
and they had some moves.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Hakuna Matata, that's a classic, almost on the level of, okay, not quite Happy Birthday level, but kind of like God Save the Queen level in terms of people who know it around the world. I would probably say it's on fridges.
We'll come back to
man.
that.
It's on fridges.
Yeah.
It is on fridges.
That's true.
And you have to respect anyone who can get on fridges. But Michael Jackson, I'm sure he's been on many a fridge in his time.
That's true. Although probably fewer fridges.
Maybe that's the survey for this week for the fans on the Instagram. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the survey. that
The
we've gotta go
Instagram,
with.
where might they find this Instagram account?
Well, I mean, if they open Instagram, that would be a good start,
Yeah.
and navigate to at Simply the Best Show, which you will notice is a little pun that we've thrown in there. You can find all the weird and wonderful posts that we'll be posting, hints towards the latest or not latest, next episodes.
Yeah.
Clips from the latest episodes that you may
Yes.
have missed, and also little polls for you to input your answers that we may factor into our show running. Okay, but shall we get back to the matter at hand?
Yeah. Who do you think is simply best?
The thing is, I came in to the show
Yeah.
thinking that MJ was going to walk it in the same way that he has walked on the moon many times during
Yeah.
his performances, but I'm starting to lean the other way.
Really? I disagree. Personally, in the grand scheme of things, if some apocalyptic event happens to the world now, you look back, the survivors are kind of future generations. They're going through the rubble. They're trying to reconstruct society as it was
Yeah.
hundreds of years ago. Michael Jackson's coming up. I don't think The Lion King's coming up. Or Michael
You
Jackson's
don't
coming up
think-
a lot more than The Lion King.
You don't think they're searching through the rubble?
Find a little
Suddenly
fridge
in the
magnet, yeah.
distance, Awimbowe. You don't think that elicits a lot of emotion for a lot of people? But I do agree that Michael Jackson probably should take this round.
Are we saying that Michael Jackson, of the two, is simply the best?
I think of the two, Michael Jackson, the King of Pop, and the Lion King, the winner is Michael Jackson, and he is, hit it, Reuben,
Simply the best.
You're simply the best.
Michael Jackson. He's the first winner of the show. I think that's
First winner ever.
Wow, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Deserved. Right. Should we go to the next round?
Let's do it.
In our next round, King Henry VIII.
Oh,
That's a big name. That's a really big name.
I mean, huge names. If not for the amount of wives, divorced, beheaded, died. How many of us have heard that?
Versus king-sized duvets.
Wow.
That's a big player.
Wow.
That's like a kind of dark horse competitor, I think, where it's like, I was looking at this, I was kind of ruminating the other day, and I was like, oh, king-size duvet, who snuck this guy in, right?
How's he snuck
Bro
into
thinks
this
he's
one?
part of the team. But I was thinking, king-size duvets, King Henry VIII, I can think of quite a few people who have probably have negative feelings about him. I can think of 6 women, certainly, who have negative feelings about King Henry VIII.
At least, yes, when they were still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were still headed.
Yes. Or divorced, even.
But a king-size duvet, I challenge you to go out onto this beautiful campus and find me a single person who has something bad to say about king-size duvets, right?
You're right. I mean, I would say Henry VIII, he's got the icon status.
Yeah.
But, there are some terrible, terrible people with that icon status.
That's true.
He was not a nice guy.
No, he wasn't.
Whereas, like you said, king-size duvets, you need no explanation. That you need no statistics.
Yeah.
All you need is just to be snuggled up in one of those big duvets. You're set. Look, okay, let's think about what Henry VIII did do well, though.
Yeah.
He did set up the Church of England.
Which, yeah, I guess that depends on... Well, I mean, we would go down this rabbit hole, but how do you feel about the Church of England is the kind of...
I think it's always good to have options. You go into Aldi. The thing is about Aldi, they've only got one type of everything.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you just need one thing. But sometimes the avocados they've got aren't the ones that you want. They're not ripe enough. They've only got the ones that ripen in 2 days.
Yeah.
You need it for today. Right?
Ripe and ready.
Exactly.
As it says.
Ripe and ready XL. And so I think sometimes you do need that diversity. And Henry VIII, to be fair, it may have been for nefarious reasons, but he did do that by establishing the Church of England.
King-size duvet, though. I'm very pro bed space when I sleep.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if you do this, but I will always sleep kind of diagonally across the bed to kind of maximize, because that's like the hypotenuse, right? If you're thinking trigonometry, I'm getting the maximum like bang for my buck. I'm getting the maximum like space.
Right.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
I do see where you're coming from. You see, sometimes there's another person that sleeps in my bed with me, so I can't get used to the diagonal. Clearly, I mean, you don't have that.
I don't have those those kinds of issues. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why you'd want that.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving my diagonal. What I'm saying is I sleep in a queen size bed. So I've kind of got to maximize that diagonal. If I want the space.
Yes.
If I want the rainbow, I've got to put up with the rain, as Dolly Parton once said.
Wow, okay.
Point being, a king sized bed would free me of that burden.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think your point that you made at the start of this matchup, where Henry VIII, there's some pros. There's a lot of cons. Six big cons.
Yeah.
I mean, have we really talked about that? Do we need to talk about that?
I think Horrible Histories has done a good enough job. I think we can defer to the greats on that one.
I do think Horrible Histories, the PR team on Horrible Histories has to be commended. The PR they have done for some of these emperors and some of these kings, painting them in a jovial light, is really twisted in some ways. But Henry VIII, he's got a lot of people to thank.
You have to wonder if there's some kind of vested interest going. I don't know, some kind of Henry descendant is maybe within the BBC pulling some strings. I don't know. That I'm not saying that. I'm not. That's not a claim. BurnFM does not endorse that claim, but it's just an idea that's out there.
Yes, Henry the 22nd.
Yeah.
If you're out there, we will find you.
Yeah.
And BurnFM does not endorse that mission either.
So, but if you do know, if you think you have any sort of clues as to his whereabouts,
you can follow the Instagram. Let us know. We'd be interested.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think the thing about king size duvets is how universally acclaimed they are. 5 stars across the board. Henry VIII, they probably hadn't even invented 5-star rankings.
Yeah, and if they had, he wouldn't be getting one.
No,
I don't think he'd be getting one.
No. Just imagine if the current social media state existed now. Sorry, existed then. And he
Believe it or
does
not, I
exist
can't
now. Just imagine, he's going through these wives at a rate unbeknownst to anyone before or after him. And
it is kind of crazy because I wonder if he'd
it's
even
kinda
have the decency to like delete all the posts afterwards. Break up, delete all the posts.
He's definitely the kind of guy to like his own posts and then just leave them up,
Yeah.
even after the beheading. Probably post about it on the story, selfie angle, just whoosh, gone, and you're on to the next one.
As far as I'm concerned, he's out.
Not against, when I look at some of these other competitors, I don't think he can win. And so, out of Henry VIII and king-size duvets, king-size duvets emerges as...
You're simply the best.
Oh, you guys are going to get so sick of that song. Tina Turner.
I didn't realize Tina Turner had done that song until we came up with the idea for the show. Obviously, I was aware of the song, but Tina Turner, one of the greats, I would say.
Simply the best.
Okay, maybe she's going to feature. But for now, do you want to tell us about the next matchup?
Okay, the next matchup. King Kong.
Woo!
Yeah, exactly.
Dum, dum, dum.
Versus Short Kings.
Ah,
Okay.
I see.
So, King Kong, big guy. I mean, if we're doing this, he's certainly not a short king. He's a enormous king.
You maybe couldn't have gotten any two kings further from each other.
Yeah. If we're going strictly on size, if size was the only metric here, I think King Kong would be walking over the competitors.
But luckily, the show is not called simply the largest.
Yeah.
It's called simply the best. First of all, let's talk about King Kong. As you said, big guy. He's a big guy, big monkey. His building destroyed count has got to be up among, top 5 all time, probably.
All-time building destroyers, is that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Can you think of any other? I mean, Godzilla obviously up there.
Godzilla up there. I don't know. I'm thinking of like demolition companies, maybe. I can't. There's no names coming to me, but there's got to be some who are up there.
Yeah.
But they don't do it with the efficiency, with the pizzazz
of King Kong. I mean, when King Kong and Godzilla decided to team up, I mean, that was the crossover episode of all building destroyer fans' dreams.
This is true, but we've got to judge him on his own merits here.
This is true.
No, Godzilla. That's a different episode.
Maybe we can do Zillas in a future episode.
Maybe.
But for now, it's just
gorillas.
Oh,
do you like that? Because it's like illas. Two types of illa.
I like it.
Short kings. What do you classify as a short? Maybe we should. Maybe someone's not familiar with the term short king. Perhaps maybe we should give a bit of a look in.
Yeah. So short kings are those people in your life, specifically the men in your life who maybe haven't been blessed with the snowflake gene, or even many genes at all. And well, I mean, they have genes, but just not necessarily
in a smaller size.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are probably, I would say, under 5'7".
Is that the cutoff point?
Because I would not. Nobody's called me a short king since I passed that point. I'm 5'8", just for context.
Because I was going to say, yes, I thought you might draw the line right under yourself.
Okay.
Because we've known each other for a long time. In school, I did always think of you as like shorter, but like I don't look at you now and think that. So maybe you're right. Maybe the cutoff is 5'7".
Yes.
I think the key thing with a short king is that they are just a genuinely lovely person.
Yeah.
Like irrespective of their height.
Yes.
They're like, they don't let it get them down, Yeah. And they're
worthy of the name king, I would say.
Exactly. Have you seen I don't know if you've seen this, the kind of graph of men on Tinder and the height in which that they put in as their height. And you can see it kind of trends upwards, 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". 5'11" dips right down. 6 foot, it skyrockets. Because men would rather be 6 foot than 5'11".
The public fear of showing your real height.
Yeah.
There is an allure about being 6 foot that is like you're then classified as tall.
Yeah.
But I do think there's an allure, maybe not in the same way of being 6 foot, but being under 5'7" is almost like you kind of slip from regular person into the cartoon character pipeline. And I think there's a charm to that. There is a charm to that for sure. And of course, if you're a lovely person on top of that, you
Yeah.
can't not love a short king.
This is true. Although I can think, in my day, if I was going about my day and I met a short king, that would be a positive interaction. If I was going about my day and I met King Kong, there's a few different ways I can see that going, none of which end with me in one piece.
Yes.
But is he misunderstood though? Because the whole thing with King Kong, right?
Okay. I haven't watched any of the films.
Do you not know any King Kong?
So
lore?
I've watched King Kong X Godzilla.
Yeah.
But as you said, we're judging him on his own merits.
Yeah.
So please drop the lore on me.
Because he is like the lore. Correct. I'm not a big Kong whiz either. So maybe this has been like, I'm sure it's probably kind of different lore in each adaptation.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is that they kidnapped him. They took him off of the scientists took him off of some remote island, and then they brought him to New York, and he's just freaking out because he's like, where am I? And that's why he goes on a bit of a rampage.
Was he always that big, or did they move him when he was small? How do you move someone that big?
I don't know. I haven't watched any. I can't remember the last
You've only
Kong
watched the
feature.
You've only watched the second half of all the films.
Yeah, I just when it gets to the cool bit where he's smashing buildings.
Yeah,
that's the
of
only bit
course.
I'm concerned with.
Yeah, this is the other thing, right? That's interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Because that does make me think there's an element of King Kong where he has been misunderstood there, because if he grew when he was in New York, not only are you dealing with the stress of being in New York,
I've never been. I bet you've been.
I have not been.
Oh.
I've been to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I almost went King Kong.
Yeah.
Because that's how interesting that place is. So I can only imagine the chaos of New York for a humble gorilla who has been grown up in the Amazon rainforest, let's say. That would be stressful. Dealing with a newfound size as well, if he did grow when he was in New York.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some Kong enjoyers sending angry letters. Maybe he does grow in size, maybe he doesn't.
Yes.
But he doesn't need to grow in size to just be a nice guy.
Oh.
As a short king.
You've absolutely smashed out the park there.
Yeah. Short king doesn't care that he's on the shorter side, right? He's just happy to be here. I will say, King Kong, I'm sorry, whatever happened, I'm sorry it happened, but what you can do is bring positive vibes to the table.
It's no excuse.
It's no excuse.
Really no excuse.
And that's what he's not doing that, really, is he?
No, he's really not. And
yeah.
And as far as I'm aware, a true short king, has never destroyed a building.
Yeah.
Maybe physically unable to, but also mentally unable to, because they are just so lovely. And King Kong, as iconic as he is, let's not forget that. Yeah. And I do think there's an element of coolness to the building smashing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
If I could, maybe on a whim, I would.
This is the thing. If you were the size of King Kong, would you tip a few over?
Just you'd be curious, wouldn't you? You'd be like, let's see what happens.
Just to hear the sound.
Yeah. Let's find out.
Yeah. So I think he is misunderstood. Do I think that wins him this contest? I'm going to leave that up to you.
I don't think so. I know. I mean, this is a difficult one for me. I'm a big, simian, monkey, gorilla fan. You know this about me.
Yes, yeah.
King Kong. I'm sorry. He's no short king. He's no king in my books.
Wow. King Kong, no king in my books. Now that'll be on the front page of every major newspaper
Red
tomorrow.
Brick.
Wow. Okay, so you've made the call.
I'm saying short kings of King Kong and short kings. I think that short kings are.
You're simply the best.
God, the smile that comes across my face is infectious when I hear that little doom, doom, doom.
It's a shame this is not a visual medium.
Yes.
Because the listeners, maybe they can hear your smile. Maybe they can hear your smile.
I think they can.
Yeah.
Can you hear it? No.
It's a loud one.
It was a loud one in the studio.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. We have got Martin Luther King Jr., MLK.
That's a huge name.
As soon as you say it, the gravitas with which that name lands.
That's crazy.
Is unreal. Up against the humble Kingfisher. The Kingfisher, the bird.
Yeah.
Long beak.
Yeah.
Not so long of a legacy. Actually, maybe a longer legacy than MLK, but I think we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a few facts on the life of Martin Luther King, if the audience is not familiar?
Okay. MLK. So born Michael King, actually.
Wow.
So you've got a few Michaels kind of going on in this episode. Michael Jackson, Michael sitting opposite me, Michael King, obviously big civil rights guy. We all know this.
Yeah.
His famous "I Have a Dream" rally. Do you know how many people were at that? How many people were in attendance?
How many people had a dream that day?
250,000.
Wow! Wow!
It's a big number, isn't it?
That 250,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't even count that high. I had to look up how big is this number.
And I think it gets desensitized nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Because you see, maybe YouTube videos
Yeah.
with 10 million
Yeah.
views. But to get that many people in one place,
Yeah.
and there's no music going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It's only one guy
Yeah.
talking. The aura, the pull that you have to have
Yeah.
to make that happen
Yeah. The swagger
is truly unreal.
obviously did a huge amount for humanity as a whole. I
Yes.
mean, like, none of that can be understated. The Kingfisher has a lot to answer to.
I do just want to mention as well, tragically assassinated.
Yes.
Which I think, unfortunately, extends his legacy.
Yeah.
Because
he
it's like,
died
what-
for his cause.
It's a big what if.
Yeah.
And like you said, he died for the cause.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Kingfisher.
His opponent today is the humble Kingfisher.
Right. Okay. Before we start kind of laying into the Kingfisher, let's look at its merits.
Strength.
Yeah. Cool looking bird. It's a nice.
It's not quite civil rights activism, but it looks quite
nice
cool.
blue bird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breeding pet. Do you want to know a stat? I've got a stat about kingfishers.
I like this. The vibe of you being Mr.
Well, this has got to be. This is a
Stats guy.
fact-based competition.
Is it?
Right.
Okay.
This is purely factual.
I see.
There are between 4,000 and 8,000 breeding pairs of kingfishers
Wow.
in the UK.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know. I was looking at this. I was looking at BBC article. I can't work out. Was breeding pairs? I assume that means there's twice that many kingfishers, individual kingfishers, right? If it's like
Yes.
4,000 breeding pairs, that's 8,000 kingfishers. Or if
And
there's
then-
8,000.
And then I guess you can assume, because with the world's population is like 25% are children.
Yeah.
So if you've got, let's say double that.
Yeah.
We'll go the max, 16,000. Then you've got a quarter of that.
Call it
It's gonna be
20k.
20k.
Yeah. It's not that many. I have if MLK Jr. was doing his famed speech and the audience, for some reason, couldn't be humans. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
quite where I'm going with this, but bear with me.
Yeah.
And it had to be kingfishers.
I'm understanding.
Even if they wanted to, they couldn't turn out for it, which
Wow.
I think has got to be a point against the
Wow.
kingfisher,
That
because they're just not showing up. They don't have the numbers,
I know.
right? And
Martin
this is a
Luther
numbers
King-
game.
He can draw those crowds.
Yeah.
Kingfishers, you don't even have that many.
Yeah.
I mean, that is crazy. I will say for the Kingfisher, and when I brought this up originally,
Yeah.
you kind of said that doesn't really track with the whole, because when they swoop in, they grab the fish out of the water, and it
Yeah.
kind of, that's quite cool.
It's cool. But I
it's
mean,
not quite. I have a dream. It's not quite that. Though.
Exactly. I can think they wouldn't even be in my top 10 birds. I'll put it that way. Like if I'm going through, you ask me, I've been like primed to think of the kingfisher now.
Yes.
Prior to this, had you said to me top 10 birds, kingfisher is not even kind of like pigeon,
Pigeons in your top 10 birds, or top 10 most iconic birds.
Yeah.
Right.
pigeon, robin, seagull. I mean, I don't like seagulls, but they are iconic.
Iconic. Yeah.
A kingfisher's not coming up in there. No way. I put
Unfortunately, you're right.
I put a heron before a kingfisher.
Wow. And you're not putting, when you think civil rights activists, maybe Gandhi's in there.
Yeah.
Maybe
MLK.
Jesus, if you count that.
Yeah.
But MLK Jr.
He's always in the list. No matter which way you slice it, no matter which way you dice it.
He's top 5
Yeah,
all time.
he's always. So I think we've reached a decision here. Do you want to make it?
Out
real?
of Martin Luther King Jr. and the humble Kingfisher, the Kingfisher will remain humble, and Martin Luther King Jr. retains his title as...
You're simply the best.
I've realised when we play that little sting,
She says you're...
you're simply the best.
Yes.
But you can just kind of opt to not hear that if you want.
You can opt to not hear either of us.
If you want. But please don't.
Please, yeah, don't do that.
Straight into the semi-finals?
Let's do it.
Who've we got in the first matchup?
We have got Michael Jackson, aka the King of Pop, versus king-sized duvets.
Right. Then this is getting tough because it's like two things I like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, what have I enjoyed more in my life? I can't say, actually. I was kind of thinking like I enjoy sleep. I've slept a lot in my life. Maybe a third of my
we all
life
have. Yeah.
I've been sleeping. And I don't think for a third of my life I've been experiencing Michael Jackson. But I don't think for very many hours at all I've been sleeping under a king-size duvet. I'm not that fortunate.
That's true. And
Yeah.
I think the thing is, we have washed over certain things with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Where he may not have had the best reputation going into the final few years of his tenure on this earth.
Yeah.
Now I think about king-size duvets. If king-size duvets were no longer available to me as an option, they were completely wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I would probably not miss them as much as Michael Jackson. But they've got a squeaky clean record.
That's true. This is tough.
This is tough because they're very different. And I guess that's what makes this show.
Yeah.
Is that we're comparing Michael Jackson to king-size duvets.
Difficult decisions, but difficult decisions that have to be made.
Yes.
And fortunately for you, we're the ones who are making them.
Okay, let's count down. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yeah.
And if we say the same thing,
Yeah.
they move on.
Okay.
Wait, let me decide.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
King-size
MJ.
duvets. Okay, well,
Oh.
how do you want to settle this?
Should we just do rock, paper, scissors?
Okay,
Again, I'm aware it's not in an audio medium,
yes.
it's not the best game, but you have to trust.
Right, okay.
You can just,
Okay,
Picture
listeners,
this.
I'm going to do rock.
right, you ready?
Yeah. Rock,
Paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors.
shoot.
Well, you won.
There we go.
Well, you knew I was going to do rock.
That was, I think that was a strategic blunder on your
Right.
part.
I see. And so, in this close matchup, I would say, but now I think about it, maybe I would
Yeah.
go with MJ. I mean, some of the songs are just completely
Thrilling.
well. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy with that. Do you want to
Okay.
go for it?
Okay. We're saying of Michael Jackson and of king-size duvets, Michael Jackson. I'm gonna change the way I phrase it this
Okay.
time. It's like I'm speaking to Michael Jackson. If he was here right now with us, sadly he's not, I would turn to him and I would say,
You're sampling the
hey, you
best.
see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Yes, I did. You incorporated the yaw.
Yeah.
So now the audience, they can choose to listen to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Final round of semi-finals. That's what it's by.
Who have we got? Who did we decide who won?
We had Short Kings
Short Kings, you're right.
versus Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow. And immediately when you say those two names,
Yeah.
Short Kings are amazing.
But
there's a level of aura that comes with the name.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Jr.
yeah, don't forget the Junior.
I know. It's like, imagine if Bowser Jr. was more iconic than Bowser.
Yeah.
You would be astonished.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are.
Again, numbers. There are many Short Kings in the world.
Yeah.
Some of which I imagine were in the audience on that fateful day. But
Yes.
I don't know, man. Just every positive thing I can say about Short Kings feels like it has to be qualified with a but, because I just don't think, no matter what, think of the nicest Short King that you know in your life
Yeah.
compared to MLK Jr. They are just not hacking it as far as I'm concerned.
What I'm interested in looking up, I'm
Yeah.
just looking this up now, MLK Jr. height, because I think this will tell us a lot. He was 5'9", so he was not a short king. It's almost like every thumb is a finger, not
Yeah,
every finger is a thumb. Every short king is a great person,
Yeah.
but not every great person is a short king.
exactly.
And sometimes you need people who you can see over the podium
That's
when
true.
they're making their speeches.
That's true, because if he'd, in a crowd of 250k people,
Whoa.
if he had been a Short King himself, it would have been difficult for those people in the crowd, I think.
I'm with you. I think we're locking it in. Go for it, Reuben.
Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. in competition with Short Kings.
You're sampling the best.
There you go.
What a final, by
Yeah.
the way.
This is,
The king of pop, Michael J. Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know what his middle name is.
no, I don't either.
Versus the person who we do know their middle name, Martin Luther King Jr.
I'm saying the fact that we don't know Michael Jackson's middle name is maybe a tell. Do you want to know a fun Michael Jackson name related fact?
Yes,
while we're
go
here?
on. Yes, of course.
You know the famous Jackson 5 song, Blame It on the Boogie? That was written, who was that written by?
I know this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you tell it because you seem so enthused
It
by
was
this
written
fact.
by Michael Jackson, but not the Michael Jackson who's a member of the Jackson 5.
Wow.
A separate Michael Jackson wrote the song. Isn't that strange? That's the fourth
Wow.
Michael who's entered the ring today.
Am I right in saying he was colloquially referred to as Mike Jackson?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
There we go.
Fun fact.
What a fun fact.
I don't think it really factors into the competition here.
But see now, okay, this is also what I'm thinking. When we think Michael Jackson, it's not just the solo career. He's been at that level of fame his whole life. He's not just surpassed every other artist in the music industry, because really that is what we're talking about. One of the greatest, if not the greatest artist of all time. He was also the best when he was a child among adults in the Jackson 5.
This is true.
And wow, they come in with some bangers.
In that Jackson 5, he's got competition. Janet Jackson, some bangers in her own right.
And he was the best at the youngest of ages.
Yeah. A prodigy.
And I think when we're talking numbers, we've relied on this MLK Jr. 250K number. Now, I'm curious. I'm going to have a look and see what the biggest Michael Jackson audience ever was.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if it's above 250,000, we've really got to start having some conversations.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Are you ready? 125,000.
Rough.
But I will be honest. Okay. His largest overall tour audience was 4.4 million. And his Super Bowl halftime show drew an estimated 133.4 million viewers in the US.
Yeah,
alone.
Okay.
And up to 1 billion globally.
Hold the phone.
1 billion globally, by the way.
Okay, let's not blinding me with science, blinding me with numbers.
Okay.
Let's be scientific. We're taking a singular experiment here. Yeah?
Yeah.
125K versus 250K. Michael Jackson, quite literally half the man by those metrics, right? And you might say, okay, his overall tour metrics, whatever. You think the amount of people MLK Jr., whose lives he's touched, numbers in the millions, billions, potentially. Yeah?
Yes.
Michael Jackson, I've got a lot of respect for. It's just in situations like this, when you've got two goats bashing heads.
Yes, bashing horns.
Yeah. It's tough,
horns.
But decisions have to be made.
You are right. And I think the thing is with Michael Jackson is that at the end of the day, he is one of the best.
Yeah.
Maybe even simply the best musical artist.
Yes.
But he is a musical artist. What Martin Luther King Jr. has done for humanity, for everyone who walks around this campus.
This world.
Wow. He's done more than any of us ever will in only maybe half the time. I don't know how old they were when they died. Maybe actually similar ages. Maybe.
Yeah. So are we saying it? Are we locking it in?
I think so. Go for it, Reuben.
Martin Luther King Jr. This first episode, simply the best. Of all the kings in the world, we have decided you, my friend.
You're simply the best.
There it is.
Wow.
My first picture.
That feels good.
That feels weighty.
Yeah. The Kings have been in the works for a while.
Yeah.
It's nice to see MLK Jr. finally get his flowers.
I'm conscious of time here because we have a whole other segment. Under normal circumstances, I would say, let's play a song and then jump into it. But I think...
Should we just go for the quickfire round?
Should we just go for it?
The lightning round?
Yeah. So, we asked on the Simply the Best Show Instagram, at Simply the Best Show.
Give it a follow.
We asked you to rank things you can break.
Yes,
right?
we asked you to submit things for us to rank.
Yeah.
Which should be interesting.
Yeah. I will also say, I have a prize for the listener who submitted the highest ranked submission. I hadn't announced this ahead of time, but I've got a prize.
Okay.
You will be the lucky winner of a shoehorn from British Racing Green. Yeah. I was buying, just a few months ago, I was buying some shoes. I was in the shop and the woman said, "Do you want a shoehorn?" And I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Do you want two shoehorns, one for each shoe? I'll pack them into the box for you."
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?"
Okay.
And I was like, "Great. 2 shoehorns, one for each foot. What more could I possibly want?" I went to the counter. She was like, "Actually, we've just got a load of shoehorns. Do you want any more?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take a few extra." So I've got a number of shoehorns.
Almost too many.
Yeah. That's why I'm giving them out. But that's not to say that it's not an immensely valuable prize. It's not as if I'm just getting rid of tat. Don't think about
that. And accepting the prize is not optional.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to go through these and just give them a quick? Are we doing 1 out of 10? Are we doing S tier down to F tier?
I'm saying rating out of 10. Actually,
Yeah,
I think that kind of works
universal.
Okay, so we've got some that we kind of came up with first
Yeah.
to just kind of set the stage.
How about I say them, you give me a number.
Yeah.
Because we are desperately low on time here.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
A promise.
3, because that's not a good
not
thing.
good.
Not a good thing.
Yeah.
Breaking a promise.
Okay, the law.
5.
Okay.
I'm a bit more lenient.
Yeah.
Breaking the law. Okay, maybe I'm not endorsing it. I'm not endorsing it on radio. But
illegal isn't always morally correct. It wasn't always morally wrong.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Okay, breaking a fast.
we've all got to do it. That's like a 8
Yeah.
every morning.
And Ramadan,
Yeah.
you know, big festival.
Yeah.
Kit Kat.
Breaking a Kit Kat. 6. I like a Kit Kat.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Only 1 point about breaking the law? Yeah. Because it's not as wide in scope.
Yeah.
Okay, a habit.
Good habits, bad habits. It depends. I'm gonna say breaking a habit on the whole is usually a good thing. So like,
Yeah.
7.
Breaking your leg on stage.
So like when someone says to you, break a leg. 8. I like that scene. It's a good
You really
thing.
would give it an 8. The thing is, I hate that phrase.
Okay. What are you
Because
giving
I think good luck. I know people say it's unlucky.
Yeah.
But I think good luck is a lovely phrase. So I would say break a leg. I would give it a 4.
I can agree with that. Okay, we've got some listener
Yeah, some listener
now.
suggestions.
So from Freddie, we've got silence, breaking the silence.
It's quite good to do, I think.
Well,
Well, sometimes.
Not
Depends
like-
where you are.
the library.
Oh,
No, thank you.
yeah. But then breaking the silence,
On an important matter, starting the
Is-
conversation.
MLK Jr.
Yeah.
All comes back to him at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
We're gonna average that out. 6.
Yeah,
Kind of down the
I
middle.
was going to say 6.
Breaking wind.
Oh,
No.
I'm going to give that a 2.
value sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
but
I
Oh.
personally don't
no.
find it particularly funny.
No, I'm gonna put that like 2, I think.
Yeah, 2.
We've got from Danny, pinata.
Oh, a pinata.
That's fun.
Explodes with sweets. That's always fun.
Yeah.
I'm giving a pinata a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
A world record. We had quite a few. Danny, Noah, Matthew all said a world record. I think Finn dialed in and said the Mario speedrun world record specifically.
Okay.
But we'll go with the world record.
World record, I would honestly say it's a 9 for me.
Yeah. Unless it's like world record for most
Buildings
people.
destroyed.
Yeah, true. But generally, world record, good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. 9. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Bones, breaking bones.
Oh,
Bad.
bad.
I-
Good suggestion
Yeah.
from Matthew,
Yeah.
but it's not a great experience.
Put that at like 2.
2,
Yeah.
1 even.
Yeah, 1. I'm happy with 1.
Great.
Breaking a glass or plates or bowls
Oh.
from Andy.
Or maybe a 0.
Yeah.
That's actually worse than breaking a bone because at least the bone is going to heal.
That's it's like
Your favorite bowl.
Yeah.
That is a tragedy.
it's an inconvenience though. Breaking a bone is more than that. I'm gonna put it at like 2. There's, like,
Okay,
1
I'll
point
give you
above.
a 2. I'll give you a 2.
But Reuben's ego, that's 0 as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's
breaking
a
Reuben's
10.
ego.
I think that's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny guy. Breaking a chicken's leg. I don't know why
I'm
you
not
would
really
wanna...
sure about. Is this a phrase that we haven't heard of?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm saying 1. I don't want to break a chicken's leg.
Should we do 3 more?
Yeah, 3 more. Pick. You choose.
Break dance.
Yeah.
Now that's probably an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's
for
an
me.
8. You're a 9.
It's
yeah.
high.
Yeah, I'm giving that an 8.
Everyone, if you can break dance well,
Yeah.
it looks amazing. Breaking a biscuit from my mum, as she said, break a biscuit.
I like it.
Yeah,
6.
6.
Yeah.
And then breaking bad news. Oh, tough.
Tough. A
But it has to be
necessary
done.
evil.
Yes,
3
I'm with you on that.
or a 4. It's like necessary, but it's unpleasant.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so the winner goes to breaking a world record, which was actually submitted by quite a few people.
So they can all have shoehorns.
Luckily, I've got quite a few shoehorns, so everyone's a winner.
Perfect.
Right, we've got to wrap up. I'm gonna play us out with the song that we were gonna play in the middle of the show, Carole King. I Feel the Earth Move. We've been Simply the Best. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.